yeah, we are in the place to be.
Alright, so let's start with all of the stuff that I got in preparation for doing this project. I've been collecting stuff for a couple of months actually. This we got a long while ago for this project, but we had to delay the project by about 4 or 5 months, something like that. So a couple big sheets of plastic. Zinsser, whatever, prime coat, primer and sealer. This is a water-based sealer for interior. It sticks to everything, so I'm pretty comfortable using that. We have Behr Alkyd semi-gloss enamel, and for the bottom cabinets, part of the bottom cabinets are going to be a urethane Alkyd, whatever, semi-gloss enamel. So these are the paints: primer, white paint, blue paint. My wife went with this dark navy blue for some of the bottom cabinets. Obviously we got a drills and impact and a drill. These are the hooks that will be going into the top or bottom of a cabinet door as needed to be hung, and we'll obviously see that later. This is a hand masker. This is the only one they sold at Home Depot, and it was the same price at Home Depot as it was on Amazon. There weren't really any good knockoffs that I could tell, so just went with the 3M. Went with the 3M plastic as well. I went with the 48-inch pull-down plastic. Let's see if it says, yeah, so it folds down up to 48 inches. Sorry, that's not very clear there. Folds down up to 48 inches here. The reason for that is when I was watching the Idaho Painter or Paint Life TV on YouTube, he used this format with the hand masker, and it made doing the insides of the cabinet face frames super fast. So I think I'll be able to tape off the whole kitchen in probably under an hour using this method. Here's all the rubber stops to replace all the rubber stops that I'm taking off all of the face frames. I think some of the face frames had, the face frames to the cabinets had these guys on the face frame. I'm going to move all of these into the inside of the door and to the inside of the drawer rather than have them on the face frame, because you see them on the face frame and you see them less, or they're less obvious on the inside of the door. So, plastic putty knives. These were only $3 on Amazon versus $4 at Harbor Freight. So while I was at Harbor Freight, I was building a shopping cart. So I bought 2 sets, and then I bought this at Harbor Freight because I think I have one somewhere else, but this was only like $4 or $5 or something at Harbor Freight, and it was the same price on Amazon. This was only a couple dollars on Amazon, and just a little set of screws like this at Harbor Freight was double or triple the price. So got that. Got 2 weeding roller handles in case I need to switch back and forth, or in case somebody's helping or whatever. I went ahead and bought these 2 little tapes. I did this in my flooring project, and I just always carried a tape measure on my pocket, and it was fantastic and I loved it, so I'm doing that again. If I end up having to measure or anything or whatnot, then I'll do that. The rollers, these are microfiber mini rollers, and this is a box of 20, and it was like $14, and a box of 1 or 2 at Ace is like $5, so I was like 20 for $16. Okay, I'll buy a whole bunch. Now, I had one YouTube channel specifically say get this type of roller rather than the foam roller so that you don't have any bubbling. This is mostly just going to be used on some of the large surfaces of the cabinets, so it's not even going to be super heavily used on the doors and drawer faces and stuff. It's mostly just going to be on some of the sides of the cabinets or some of the other large surfaces, not even necessarily the face frames, I don't think. It might be possible, but we'll see. Mask for when I'm painting and spraying with my airless sprayer, which we'll get to in a minute, and goggles. I also have a face shield. This one is from Harbor Freight, face shield. I got 2 or 3 of those around here. Frog tape I just got on Amazon because it was about the same price as Home Depot. I already had this one laying around, had this one laying around. I got Bondo, which they sell at Harbor Freight, so I was super excited about that. I was trying to figure out a good epoxy resin type thing to do for filling gaps and cracks and stuff like this to try and smooth out surfaces and whatnot. And I just so happened to see this at Harbor Freight over in the auto body section. And so I went ahead and grabbed it. It was only like 10 or 12 bucks. So in case I go another route, that's totally fine. I've still got the Harbor Freight receipt. I can return this, but if not, I may end up using this. Gloves. Oh my goodness, gloves. I don't want to be painting or doing any of this stuff without gloves on because it's just easier and faster to clean up than to wash your hands 9 times. So, gloves. Here's some more plastic. This was given to me 12 foot by 400 foot. I don't know how much is actually left of it, so we'll see about that. This is the airless sprayer that we're running with. This is a Magnum XR7 with a super dirty Wagner hand sprayer. You'll notice that it's just got the threads here. So I actually got on Amazon this tip guard on Amazon was only $6 or $7, where they're $30 or $21 for a Graco at Home Depot. This tip was a 2-pack for $16, I think, where at Home Depot a 311 tip is $27 a piece, I think, $30 a piece, something like that. So I got, here's my 2, and then here's the gasket. So I have some Gorilla Wood Glue. I think one of these is dried up, but we'll see. I did get some hand planers at Harbor Freight a couple weeks back for the flooring project, I think, or I wanted to just grab them. This one's nice. It's got the, it goes all the way out to the edge, so this is for doing corners and stuff. And the big hand planer, I think this is the #1 hand planer. It's a number 4. Anyway, this is for helping me take down the Bondo or wood glue or whatever I end up using to fill in the cracks. This is some epoxy I have from another project, but I may end up having to use it. I don't know yet. This is some steel wool, again, Reno TV, whatever. Used steel wool in cleaning the surfaces. So when he's cleaning some of the surfaces, he's using steel wool. It was like $3, so I grabbed it just to make sure I could have that. That's from Amazon. This is just a little electrician's tool pouch. You got my 2 Milwaukee permanent markers to mark all my stuff. This is to, I usually use this when I'm doing low voltage electrical stuff like Cat 5, Cat 6, those kinds of things. When I'm wiring in the house, obviously tool bits, drill bits, all those kinds of things. This is a giant bucket I got at Harbor Freight. It's got an open top, and then you can pull the garage shop towels out of it, upside down or right side up. And then it's got a little wall mounting thing so it can be mounted on the wall, which is nice. Palm sander. This is a mini mouse or something palm sander. And then this is awesome. This is like 80 pads for $15. Last thing is just some sand sponges. And then I've got some wood blocks for some board and batten when I get there. This is a pretty quick video, easy to get out, but these are a lot of the tools I'll be using. I'm excited to show you guys the end product because it looks amazing. Stay tuned, subscribe, all the buttons, click them.